Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the first Shop My Stash video of 2025. I've had these products in here for about a month and I did add a few things that I got around the holidays as gifts. But yeah, I've used everything that's been in here and I would like to share with you my thoughts on the products. We're gonna pull stuff out and then we'll go ahead and shop my stash for some new items to use. I've quite a bit of new makeup that I've just accumulated since, I don't know, September, I guess. So we're gonna hit that first and then we'll go through the collection and get some older products to use. If you like Shop My Stash videos, please give this one a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave. And like always, I'll be doing swatches of everything that I'm gonna pull in. At the end of the video, when I put everything back into my door, we'll do swatches of everything. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about the stuff that was in here. First, from last time, again, I did pull in some newer items. I added some stuff in here. I wore a lot of makeup in December. That had not been the case for me in a long time. Like almost from December 1st till December 24, 25, I wore makeup almost every day. So yeah, sometimes I'm like, I want something else. Anyway, I have the lippies in here, the lippies that I use the most. And then there's a couple lippies in here that I actually, those three I did not use, but this lip liner I did. We'll start with Complexion products. I had two primers in here and then one hydrating or glowing products. I had the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum. This is the one that I use the most. I used it more than I used the Rituel de Feel Thorn Oil. I really enjoy the Danessa Myricks and it played really well under almost everything I used. But this guy, it kind of gave me a little bit of issue, especially with the Lisa Eldridge skin tint on top of it. So I'm not really sure about this guy. I feel like it does a really good job for my skin. Like it really helps my skin. I might end up moving this one into kind of like a skincare face oil kind of thing and try to use it that way instead of a primer. It was too slippy as a primer. So I do like the product. I just don't know if its place is under my foundations. And then the glowy product that I had in here is the Say. This is in the shade Rose Glow. They just came out with another shade. I'm like, really? Okay. I'm not complaining. I'm really interested in it. But this guy, I did use it a couple of times. I do really like it. I like the gel texture of it. So I enjoy that one. Now let's talk about foundations. I had these two. Was it really only two? Or did I have something else? I'm not sure. But I had the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. I love this guy, except the shade is a little bit light for me. This is in the shade T6. It barely gives any coverage to the skin, which is usually what I would wear on a daily basis. So I use this guy the most in December. And I also reached into my stash and I used the Chantecaille like jar thing and the Chanel water foundation. So these two were not the only two I used. I reached for some other stuff is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, going back to the Lisa Eldridge, my train of thought is just like, woof. I really, really like it. I just wish that I had a better luck with selecting the shade that would work for me. Like, I don't think I could use this in the summertime. And then we have the Dior Forever Skin Perfect Foundation. This is the foundation stick. I'd heard so many people rave about it. The first time I used it, I guess I didn't use enough. So I was like, I'm not so sure. And I used it on top of this primer, which kind of didn't sit very well. But then I tried it again with my Danessa Myricks primer and I really like swiped it on my face one side at a time, blended it out, and it looked so pretty. I actually wore it to Christmas dinner. So that was so pretty. It looked so good on the skin. I definitely enjoyed it. And then I just used it other times, but I'm just telling you, like the first time I used it, it wasn't the best. And then I had to play with what's under it and then it was really good. Okay, for concealers, I think I pulled in the Tower 28 at some point, but originally I had these three. I had the Cali Ray Hideaway, like a corrector thing. This guy is really nice. I had Prism Libre from Givenchy, really like this one. And I also had the House Labs concealer, which is a little bit thick. So if I'm not very careful with how much I use, under my eye, like if I put too much, there's definitely going to be some creasing going on. You don't need a whole lot of it anyways, because it's definitely high coverage, but just a little dot is basically all I needed. And then the days that I was just using either the Chantecaille or the Chanel, I wanted just very light concealing under my eye, I reached for the Tower 28. I love this stuff. And this is in the shade K-Town. I'm gonna pull all four of these out. For powders, I feel like my powders are all over the place. Here they are. All right, let's talk about them. I had the Armas. This is the Hydra setting powder in the shade Light. To be honest, I used it a couple times. It's fine, but this was not the powder I reached for the most. The one I reached for the most was the by Mario. And I have this one in the shade 2 Neutral Light. This was really nice. Definitely blurring under the eye area. I get the hype. I still feel like I prefer my Nikia Joy powder more. Sorry, but I do. I don't know. That powder has such a chokehold on me. Like the price, the scent, the velvety finish it has. It's unbeatable in my opinion. And then I had two brightening powders. I had the Décolleté Pink Glow, really pretty. It's not super pink under the eye. It does have a little bit of glow to it, but it's not like doesn't make the under eye area look old or crepey or emphasizes anything like that. It's really pretty product and kind of mattifying a little bit. And I also had the Can Make Marshmallow Finish Powder. This lived in my purse for the majority of the month. I reached for it quite a bit, kind of to just tone down the shine throughout the day, brighten up a little bit around like my nose, under my eye. I love this stuff, and it's gonna go back into, it's probably gonna go back into my like makeup bag in my purse, because yeah, I really like it. All right, and then the last powder I had is the Chantecaille Lotus Perfect Blur Glow Powder. I use it as a finishing powder. It's got a beautiful glow to it. I really enjoy it, and I just love this packaging. I don't know, something about it. I really love it. Although this color is not really my kind of color. The gold is, but not this like minty green. Anyway, that is out. I did have quite a bit of complexion products like bronzers and creams and all of that stuff. I did add a couple things too throughout the month. Like I added this guy in here. I know for sure I added this one in here. So I did add stuff. Oh, and this guy. I just felt like I really wanted to play with my makeup, and I just pulled in extra items that I'd originally planned on. Let's talk about the cream products, and then we'll do like the palettes and powder products. For creams, I had a few. I pulled in the By Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil, and this is in the shade Rose Crush. This is really pretty for no makeup. I still want something on my cheeks. This is pretty awesome. Nude sticks. Oh my god, my love for nude sticks just kind of reignited this past month. I reached for this one a lot. This is Beach Babe. I use it as a blush. I've made such a dent in this. I mean, look at this. Look how much I've used of this guy, which is very unusual, you know, for me with cream products to see a progress. But yeah, I use the heck out of it. It is so pretty, you guys. I gotta swatch it and show you. It's so pretty, and it worked perfectly for days where I'm like, oh, I have some scratches on my hand. I'm like, what? Why did it cling here? Yeah, here we go. Like a super natural, neutral look. Loved it. I have a few of these. I need to start playing with them a little bit more. More cream products. I had this Dibs Duo, and this is the Lit Up. I want to say the Lit Up Duo, and the shade is Starlit. Again, I used the heck out of this bronzer. really, really pretty. I think the shade is just perfect for my skin tone. You can see like my brush strokes in there. I dipped my brush in back and forth and I would apply it. Now on the other side is the highlighty blush highlighter kind of thing. I didn't reach for it as much simply because I found it a little bit too highlighty. I wish the shade had less shimmer in it, the same exact shade, but just a little bit less shimmer. Then I would have used it a lot more as a blush. It's still really pretty. I use it kind of like a last step in like my cream product application. Brought it up a little bit higher to kind of get that highlight part of it. Really pretty, and I love the scent of this product. More cream products, you guys. I have a cream bronzer, and this is by Milani. This is the Cheek Kiss Spilling Tea bronzer. I used it a ton. When I did my friend's makeup, she had a photo shoot, like family photos. I used this guy on her, and oh my god, so easy to blend. It was kind of like nice seeing it applied on other people, because I kind of know my face and I know what looks good and how I can make things look on me. But my friend had a completely different face, and just like playing with makeup on her and seeing how well it turns out, this was really, really pretty. I'm happy I picked it up. There's more cream. I don't think I used this guy at all. This is RMS blush, cream blush, and oh my goodness, what shade is this? This is the shade Beloved. Honestly, it just did not seem appropriate for any of the eye looks I did. I felt like this is more of a summery, spring, getting into summer shade. I didn't reach for it, but I am pulling it out because I just don't feel like it's the right time for it. I also had this cream highlighter. This is from Dior. This is the Forever Glow Maximizer, and the shade is Peachy. Stuff is stunning. I would never be able to finish this thing. It's so pretty. A little bit is enough. Just kind of like highlighting the tops of my cheeks. I haven't tried it as like under foundation highlighter. I have the actual like Dior kind of product for that, but as a highlighter, you know, like highlighting after foundation, I've used it and I really like it. I really like the shade too. It's very natural, appropriate. It's not like bam out there kind of look. Any other cream products, complexion products? I don't think so, but let's start talking about face palettes. I had two in here and I had some bronzer duos. I had the Chanel. This is the anyway, the 4 palette eyeshadow and blush palette, and this is in the shade 957 Tendresse. I don't like it as an eye palette. I prefer it much more as a face palette. I feel like like using it on my eyes, it just looks so like too natural to the point where it almost does not give enough definition. I prefer using it as a face palette. It is so pretty, like a neutral blush, highlighter, mixing these two blushes together. This is the shade that I probably use the most on my eyes, kind of like for all over the lid thing and then top it with something else. But for a face palette, this is stunning. And they have some new face palettes now, which I'm like, oh, cool. I didn't know that they release these often. All right, and then the next face palette I had was the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. This is in the Evil Eye. You guys, I was so confused when I filmed my Shop My Stash, because I'm like, oh yeah, this is the lightest one they came out with this year. No, come to find out, it's the Dragon, which I do have. I redeemed some points at Ulta a while back and I picked it up. So I'm like, oh, okay, well that makes a lot more sense. This is supposed to be the medium palette. It's so pretty. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. I think I definitely used this one more than the Chanel one. What else do we have? We've got some bronzer duos. I had the Vive Modern Bronze, and this is in the shade Medium. This is so pretty. I mainly used the bronzy side, but I also use them kind of like mixed together, but this is the one that I use the most, and I'm glad I went with this shade. I feel like if I'd went with the shade light, it would have been really hard to kind of get some color payoff on my skin. So I'm glad I went with the medium. I was kind of debating it. I was like, oh, I'm scared that it's going to be too dark. But this guy is so pretty. I just gotta, it's time for me to take it out of its packaging because, yeah, she's, I don't know, or maybe she'll stay in the packaging. I really love this guy. So I'm like, do I want to protect it or do I want to see it? For now, protect. And the other duo I had was the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Film Star Bronze and Glow in the shade Fair Medium. I dipped for the highlighter quite a bit because everything else was a little bit wild. But this one, the highlighter is just super subtle. Not super subtle. You can definitely intensify it, but if you go light-handed, it looks like natural glow. The contour in here is really pretty too. It doesn't look like much, but when you put it on the face with the right brush, it's stunning. Natural looking. Now we can talk about the individual products. I had a couple bronzers. I had the RMS Beauty. This is in the shade Malibu Muse. I just love the glow that this has. It looks so pretty on the skin, very healthy and natural. Really like that one. And then I think the one I used the most this month, the bronzer I used the most was this one. This is the Marc Jacobs Chantecaille Omega Bronze. I almost every time I did my makeup, I reached for it, whether it was going to be for bronzing my skin, adding some definition to my crease, and then going with a single shade on the eyes or something like that. I reached for it a lot. Kind of reignited my love for this product. I hadn't used it in a while. And now let's talk about blushes. That's it, right? Yeah. For blushes, I know I had a different one in here. I think I had the MAC Osborne collab, which I used it quite a bit, really enjoyed it. But then I was like, okay, I need something not as pinky. And I reached for this one. This is the Whitney Houston collab. So I like switched them out. So pretty. This is so pretty, you guys. But the first time, like I used it years ago when I first picked it up, I was like, oh, I'm not so sure about this one. It felt very hard pressed. I couldn't get any products in. So when I used it this time, I used a synthetic fiber brush, and it really picked up product. So pretty. Like a healthy pinkish hue, reminded me quite a bit, not the same, but reminded me of the effect I get from my Sicily blush that I love a lot. Just like I'm naturally blushed kind of thing, not like, hey, I'm wearing a ton of blush. This is what I like, how I felt with this guy. I also pulled in this one. This is the Rare Beauty Happy Powder Blush at some point throughout the month. I love this one. I already hit pan on the side again. I had a different one that my niece just decided that she wants to take it, and I repurchased it, and same thing. So pretty. Definitely more glowy, definitely more pinky than the MAC, but I loved it. We had the Laura Mercier All That Sparkles, and this one again, I was surprised at how many times I reached for it. It doesn't look like much, but it looks like a very subtle blushiness, and it has the glow to it, so I could totally skip highlighter. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then the last blush I had was the Valentino Eyes to Cheek in the shade 111. Again, my God, how many times I wanted to use this stuff. I was really into it this past month. Beautiful. You can see I've definitely made a dent in here. Yeah, these are really nice. I'm not a big fan of the packaging. Like, I could totally do without this stupid brush in here. I like this part, but this is kind of like, okay, maybe it's meant to be kind of like a clutch looking, but yeah, I'm nitpicking. And then lastly, we had highlighters. For highlighters, I had pulled in a couple, and then I added this one. I had the MAC Snow Flushed Extra Dimension Skin Finish. I used this one on my eyes and on my skin, like especially around New Year's, and it's pretty gorgeous. Not an everyday highlighter, that's for sure, but when you want like something different, beautiful. The same with this one. This is the Christian Dior, and this is in the shade 03, Pearlescent Glow. Except this one had more of like a blue purple shift to it, where the other one was kind of like bronzy gold. But yeah, they both were played with plenty in December. I don't know why I tried to keep this thing in. And then the other highlighter, which I don't know, it was a little bit too intense, and I felt like it definitely showed texture. This is the Hollywood Glow Glide Faced Architect highlighter in the shade Champagne Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. Yeah, even like the slightest little bit dipping into it, I felt like, okay, wow, you're showing quite a bit of texture. I have texture on my right cheek. I don't have much on my left. Like anything looks smooth on my left side, but on the right side, I'm like, oh, this is not looking very flattering. I still have not done my highlighter declutter. I know I've been teasing about it for months at this time, you know, at this point. I haven't done it yet, and I don't know. I feel like I like the shade. If I was still into super glowy highlighters, I would be all over this, but I'm leaning towards the subtle stuff that's not bam, you know? Okay, and then I also had the Clé de Peau highlighter in the shade 107. This is so pretty. It's definitely a brightening highlighter. So it had to be on days where the focus was, you know, the eyes more than anything else. But this is so pretty. Dipped mainly into this part of it. The pink, the white, and a little bit of the purple. But look at that. Oh, gorgeous. One of these days, it's going to come out of this box. But the box is just so pretty. I mean, oh, talk about holiday collection done right. And then the last item that I added in here, I got one for me and I got one for my friend for Christmas. This is the Gucci Glow highlighter. So as soon as I sent it to her, I'm like, okay, now it's fair for me to start playing with this one. And I did use it. This is so pretty. So pretty. It looks like it would be intense, but it's not quite, like it doesn't show texture quite as much as the Charlotte Tilbury did. It is a really pretty product. You can see where I dipped my brush. I tried to concentrate my brush in certain spots. I think this one I am going to keep for next time around because it has only been here for like a week or so. Did I have any other face products? I don't think so. I think the remaining is eyeshadows and lippies. Start talking about eyeshadows. The Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Celeste Pearl eyeshadow palette, eyeshadow quad. I love it. It reminds me quite a bit. Oh no, I feel like, did I break that shade? Looks like maybe I broke it. Feels very similar to like topper shades from Pat McGrath. Really pretty and handy for pan. Rowan, I used this one quite a bit, and then the shade that I used the most was these two, but this one in particular, oh my god, all over the eyelid with just the Marc Jacobs bronzer in the crease. Oh, my eyes were glowing. This is the Mood Forever quad. I gotta pull another one in for next time to play with because those are nice. I don't remember if I pulled this in with you guys last time or not, but this is the Pat McGrath Venus and Fleurs. My favorite quad, probably my favorite shade. Well, I don't know, I have other shades from Pat McGrath that I really like, but this one, oof, I gotta show you this shade. Look at my pan in there. How do you read them? Is it after? It's gotta be Twilight Bronze, but I gotta show you this guy, this beauty. Oh, I love it. I love it. It makes my eyes pop, my hazel eyes pop. It's like twinkle. I love it. Yeah, I have a new duo in here, which we'll talk about. I have used it. The Revolution eyeshadow palette, to be honest, I think I used it twice, maybe 2 times. It's just not my color story. And I felt like I was forcing myself to use it. And I hated the look I created with it. It was too icy on my eyes. Not really what I like for myself. I think I used this shade, and this one. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. I think this one I wouldn't be sad to part with. I did return the Cloud9 by Colourpop eyeshadow palette because that absolutely was not for me. And now I got it out of my system. Like, I know cool tones are not my thing. Okay. We've got more eyeshadow palettes. I had the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 in here. This is the Bronze Seduction. My favorite Mothership, I'll say. My favorite Mothership. I reached for it quite a bit. I played a lot with these shades. Originally, it was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to use them because I don't want to use them up. And now I'm like, oh, use that shit up, Ron. Yeah, use it as much as you want. You're never going to hit pan in this. You have so much. So I gave myself permission to go overboard with these sparkly shades. The only shade I didn't use was, oh no, I did use it. I was going to say this red one, but I do remember I used it one of the times I did my makeup. But everything else in here, this is a beautiful taupey, all over the lid color too. Yeah, I love this palette. She's definitely my favorite. All right, an eyeshadow palette that I was shocked at how many times I wanted to reach for this one is the Nabla Dreamy 2, the Mystic palette. I'm so glad I did not declutter it when I did my eyeshadow palette declutter because I was on the fence a little bit. I kept it mainly because of this shade, and you can tell like I have a huge dip in this shade, but the entire palette is stunning. One of the looks I did was this all over my crease, this all over the lid. I topped it with this shade, and I deepened out the V with the shade Offline. If you saw my latest empties video, that's the palette I was using. Oh my god, it looked so pretty. I wanted to recreate that look so many times. But yeah, this one, I'm happy. I'm happy I decided to keep it, and I'm gonna use it and love it. All right, we had some singles and duos in here too. I had the duo from Bobbi Brown. This is the Luminous Smoke Eyeshadow Duo. The shades are Suede Sugar and Steel Quartz. I'm guessing this is the Steel Quartz and this is the Sugar. This is the one that I used the most. One of the days I did use this one. It was too much gold. I put it kind of like all over the lid, and after I was like, oh, why did I do that? It's too much. I should have used just a little bit kind of like in the center of my lid. But this one, yeah, I used it multiple times. It was just easy, you know, bronzer in the crease and this guy. And then the other two single shades I had in here are by Chantecaille. One is the Pangolin and one is the Elephant. The Pangolin is a dusty lilac. It has certain shifts to the shimmer in here that are just absolutely stunning. Used it quite a bit. And then the Elephant, the days where I wanted like the center of my look to be just my eyes and my eyes sparkling and my hazel eye popping, I reached for this one. It is so pretty. The little gold flecks in here, oh, to die for. The little bit of kind of like a dirty olive green undertone, oh, so pretty. Loved it. They call it a shimmering taupe gray. I don't know. I feel like it's got does the kind of like green, dirty green olive look pretty well. All right. And then, yeah, I got this for Christmas. It's funny. I got it twice. I got it from my husband and I got it from my mother-in-law, the same shade. And I contacted Chantecaille, and they said the other two shades of this duo are sold out, so they'll give me store credit. So I will be returning one of the two. I use this one, so I'm returning the one that's brand new. This is the Cassis shade in the Eye Duo. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's so pretty. It is unbelievably gorgeous. This is the shade that I really wanted. They had kind of like a gray shade, and they had one neutral. I would have been happy with that one too, but this is the one that I really, really wanted. So easy to use. Their matte. This is, have I tried their mattes before? I don't think I've tried their mattes before. It's my first time, and it blended so easily, diffuses all over the lid without like patchy spots or anything like that. And then this one all over the lid, stunning. Look how pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna keep this one in because I don't feel like I played with it enough. And then the last eye product, which I did not use, is the NYX Glow Shots Ultimate, and this is in the shade High Key Lychee. I didn't choose it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't reach for it at all. I was like, see, I hate that I have to pull so hard. Like, why? But I think maybe we should keep it and play with it. Did I have any new mascaras or anything in here? Yeah, I did. All right, for brow products, I guess I added some brow products, some brow gels. These two. I added these two. I added Gimme Brow by Benefit in the shade 3. It's probably a free gift with purchase. The 24-hour brow setter. This is a brand new one. The one that I was using was so icky, and then not a whole lot left, so I just opened this one, and I'm trying to finish this, the Fluff Up Brow Wax, which is okay, but my brows would have to be like freshly plucked and trimmed and all of that. Otherwise, it's just not enough hold for my crazy brows. And then the brow pencil is ABH. I have a couple eyeliners in here. The Give Beauty, I love this stuff. I really, really do. I want to finish it. And then I have 2 liquid liners, Maybelline and Lancome Idole. This stay in here. And then I have these mini mascara, Charlotte Tilbury Exagger Eyes Volume Mascara. I feel like it got to the spot where I enjoy it, but I don't get the hype. I feel like I've tried other mascaras that really give me that exaggerize effect, but I'm gonna keep using it. And then the Rub-On, again, finally at the sweet spot. I feel like I got more volume from this one than I did the Charlotte Tilbury. And then Lily Lashes, this has been open for a little while. I'll probably use it for a couple more weeks, and then I wouldn't feel comfortable to continue using it. But that's what's here for eyes. My MAC Painterly, I finally got the new one in the mail, but I think this one heard that I was planning to get rid of it. So all of a sudden it was like creamy. I'm like, what's going on? So I'm still using it. And then finally for lippies, this one I'm gonna keep in here. These 3 I did not use, but I did use all of the stuff that's in here, and probably a couple more that are just currently in my purses. But let's talk about the ones I used before first, and then we'll talk about other stuff. Oh, now I remembered. I had that Prada foundation sample in here, and I really, really, really liked it. So we had the YSL Love Shine Candy Glow Lippies in here. It's living on my vanity now. I'm trying to finish that one middle shade that I really liked. And then we had all of these. This surprised me. Nude sticks. Again, I feel like I'm back to my nude sticks phase. You know, that was a couple of years ago, and I'm reliving it. This is the Intense Matte Lip and Cheek Pencil in the shade Belle. I used it all over the lip, and I was so surprised at how long-lasting this product is. It's matte, but it's not uncomfortable. Really enjoyed it. My husband, the first time, like when he saw it, he's like, what's with the lips? And I'm like, what do you think? He was like, I guess I can get used to it. Normally he'd be like, no, I don't like it. I was like, yeah, I think I could get used to this one. So that's always a good thing. I had by Violet. This is the Bisou Balm in the shade is Amour Fou. It's like a red blurring balm. I don't feel like it's very hydrating, but it looks pretty on the lips. The red lippy that I used the most was the Giorgio Armani Lip Maestro in the shade 400. This guy is stunning. So pretty. For lip glosses, I had the Pat McGrath, and this is in the shade Alien Gelic. It's pretty. I use it like around Christmas time. It's just appropriate for holidays. The Kiko Milano, this is in the shade 17. I felt like this had too much shimmer in it to the point where I felt like maybe in certain angles it looks a little metallic, but it's so comfortable on the lips. And like, I don't hate it. I just can't reapply it over and over. Then it would look really metallic kind of thing. And then what else did we have? My table is full of products. For lip glosses, we had the Say lip oil in the Bounce. What's it called? Glossy Bounce, and this is in the shade Bounce. I really like this one. I had the Rem Beauty, and this is the Glossy Balm in the shade Hocus Cocoa. Again, really, really nice, really comfortable on the lips. It has a really nice scent to it. And I had the Fenty Beauty cream. This is in the shade Fenty Glow. A good product. I like that lip gloss. And then I had the Nabla Beyond Blur in the shade Aphrodite. This is so pretty. This is so pretty. It doesn't look as intense on my lips, but I was very shocked how much I liked it. And that's it for the lippies that I used. I decided to put this in a couple of days ago by Wayne Goss. This is the Essential Lip Pencil, and this is in the shade Mauve. Oh yeah, the day that I was wearing the Nabla palette when I filmed my empties video, I had this all over my lip, and I think this is a product that I would like to finish up in 2025. It was so comfortable on the lip. It lasted hours and hours and hours. It's a little bit stiff when you start using it. You kind of have to warm it up a little bit, but I like that. I like that it's not super creamy and goes everywhere. It's kind of like, it stays put. So I'm going to keep it in here. And I also had these 3 lippies in here. I had the Too Faced Melted Matte in the shade Candy Cane. I had House Labs in the shade Scarlet Matte, and I had Ruby Woo from MAC. I didn't reach for them. I am going to go ahead and pull them out and just pick something else for this time around. All right, let me clean up everything that I have in here, and then let's start with new makeup. To me, we'll pick out some items from there, and then we'll go through the old products in my collection. Alrighty, you guys, we're in my new makeup drawer. Look at me. I kept saying I haven't bought a lot of stuff until I emptied all of the stuff that I bought into here, and I was like, okay, yeah, I have quite a bit of new makeup. This is not all, because I have not one. Can you see? Come on, where's my camera now? Not one. Oh, not 2. But 3 Victoria Beckham orders. One of them was gifted to me. So the little disclaimer, I'm pulling everything that's in here into this time. We'll open them in a little bit, but I'm keeping them in here, and then I'll show you what they are. But it's a lot of products. It's kind of like a Victoria Beckham overall makeup haul. But from here, what am I going to get? Oh, I really, really want to try these. The Chantecaille I decided to keep the set for myself. It's an eyeliner, one of her single shadows, and this is the Mustang, and her mascara. I'm going to pull all 3 of these in because I know I'm going to be getting rid of my Lily lashes soon. So this one is going to be in there. So these are coming in as well. And now let's go. Oh, yeah. So I got this guy. After seeing my friend Mariella get one of these blushes, and I heard so many people talk about them as like favorites in 2024. This is the Chanel cream to powder blush, and I got the shade Rose Ardente. I might pick up another shade. I might. Okay, here's that one. We're gonna pull that in. What else do we have in here? I think I would like to pull in this ABH Lip Velvet. This is in the shade Rosy Mauve. I want to say I got it for half off at some point from Ulta. I'm going to pull this one in. I do want to pull in this trio from Chantecaille. This is the Cheetah Eye Trio. I wanted it so badly when it first released, but I held myself and didn't buy it until recently. So I want to play with that one. Um, I have a new foundation, which is, again, what's going on with me, right? Clinique. I have a reason. I had a free reward at Ulta, like my hitting my was it diamond, platinum, whatever. You get a free product, and I decided to give this guy a shot. I haven't tried this one from Clinique. This is the Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. I hope I got the right shade this time. I got the shade CN28 Ivory, very fair. I don't know, but neutral, some neutral shade. We'll see how this one works. I got a few products in my advent calendar. I'm not gonna pull much of that. I think probably the only thing from that I might pull in. I'm gonna do Chantecaille. No, I'm gonna hold off on this one. I'm not gonna pull it in yet because I have cream products from Victoria Beckham that I want to play with. And here we go. Here's the Hourglass Dragon palette, which apparently is the light one, not the medium, like I had originally confused myself. Um, yeah, I was planning to give this to my friend who's deeper skin tone than me. I was thinking this is the medium and I'm keeping the evil eye for myself, the light. Well, I ended up messing up and I'm like, forget it, I'm keeping both for myself. I got her something else. So here we go. Okay. I don't know. I might just pull in a couple lippies from here. I have quite a few of the Kiko Milano lip glosses. I think I'm gonna pull this one in the Kulfi Caramel. Lassie Lips Staining Lip Oil. I really like the shade Rose or Rosy. So I finally picked up the shade Caramel. It was on I wanted it for a while, so I got it. I'm going to pull that one in. And I think that's probably it from here. Yeah, I think that's probably it from here. Let's leave some stuff in here for next time we shop my stash. So I don't feel deprived that I don't have new items. I have goals this year, and one of them is not to buy as much makeup. So good luck, Rania. But yeah, there was a lot of Victoria Beckham. Should I show them to you now? Or yeah, let's show you. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna pull in from Victoria Beckham. What's this? Oh, this is one item that I personally ordered. This is the Victoria Beckham Warm and Contour, the matte bronzing brick, and I got the shade 2. Yeah, Soleil Honey. This was sold out for the longest time. And then when she sent out the email that she's going to be raising her prices in 2025, but she gave a 15% discount, I'm like, let me see if this guy is there. And it was. So I ordered it. I've been eyeing that thing for a while. It's so heavy. Oh, this is what was gifted to me from my friend Mariella. She got me the satin matte eyeshadow brick, and this is the smoky eye brick. We'll open it a little bit later. Oh, I'm gonna be pulling in quite a few eyeliners. So I'm pulling in that Chantecaille one. I'm gonna pull in this Victoria Beckham one. This is in the shade Cocoa. And then it came with a pencil sharpener, which I probably should pull in. Mine is pretty old. And then this was something I ordered. I ordered another one of their single shadows. This is in the shade Tea Rose. I ordered her highlighter stick. This is the one I keep hearing so much about, in the shade Pearl. I got her blush stick, and this is in the shade Playground. And I got myself an eyeliner, and this is in the shade Cinnamon. So I'm going to pull this one in too. I'm pulling all the Victoria Beckham stuff in. I know, it's going to be a luxury shop my stash. Not really, but you know. I guess it can be called luxury. I pulled in Chantecaille, Chanel, and Hourglass, and Victoria Beckham. Oh well. Um, I think that's it from here. Well, you know what? It's time to play with some of these lippies. They've been in here for a while. I do that one, Patrick Ta. I'm gonna go ahead and pull in. I miss these NYX lip oils. I haven't tried this shade before. This is in the shade Newseed? News Feed. Wow, Rania. Let's do this one. And then we'll do one more lippy because I do like these. I've used one of these before. And this is the Soft Binge Tinted Lip Oil from Rare Beauty. And this is in the shade Hope. Okay, now I feel like I got enough from here. I plan not to be adding much to this drawer in January. Kind of like on the low buy, January low buy, quietly. I have some credit at Sephora that I would like to use up before it expires, but I don't think I'm going to pick up anything else. Okay, I think now we can go ahead and move on to um, let's get a primer, foundation, and all of that good stuff. And then we'll go to eyeshadow palettes and then bronzers, highlights, and blushes. Okay, for primers, I'm considering trying to finish this guy this year in 2025, Smashbox The Mindful 5. Probably my favorite face primer, and I don't want it to go bad. So I'm gonna pull it in. I think I'm only gonna pull this one in. Hopefully, try and make a dent in it month. Because again, I really would like to finish it this year. So I'm gonna play with this one, and then the only other one I'm gonna pull in is this guy, just because it's a little sample. And I want to be done with it. The Dr. Brand Pores No More. I might not like this one. I don't usually like pore filling primers, but it's a sample. It's a sheet. I can use it. That's it for primers. Look at me. I'm gonna focus on certain items. Now let's go ahead and do. Okay, for foundation, since I pulled in that Clinique, I'm gonna try and keep it somewhat natural. Usually Clinique has quite a bit of coverage, and I want something light, I think. What do we want to play with? I think I'm gonna keep my Chanel. Again, this is another product that I would love to finish this year. I can use this one without anything else on my skin. Just let's say I'm going to drop off my son. I need something to make me look a little bit alive. I can use this guy. So I think I'm gonna pull it in. I love to finish it this year before it expires. And how about one more? Uh, I want to try this. I've only used it once. I was actually surprised that I finally was able to get a shade that works for me. This is the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream number 23. I want to play with it. And that's it for foundations. For concealers, I haven't been able to finish my Iris and Romeo. My goal was to finish it in 2024. I'm so close, but it's not gone yet. So that is still gonna be something I'm gonna continue to work on. I want something else. I haven't used this one in a while. I really like it. This is the Say Concealer in the shade 6. Pull that one in. I think I'm gonna pull this one into. I want to figure out how to make this guy work for me. This is the YSL Touche Claw, and this is in the shade 2.5. I've got to figure it out. I need to, because it's a pretty penny, and I would be sad if I don't use it, you know? So I'm gonna pull it in. I think that's it. 2 concealers, and I have that third one. Let's get some powders. Okay, I gotta wow. There's so many powders in here. It's crazy. This is crazy, you guys. I don't know how. Oh, I do know how. I never did my powder declutter. But from here, we have so many options. I saw, what's her name? Huda Beauty released Ube something powder, which is like purplish, and I have two purple powders. I have these two. I have one from Can Make, the shade 02, and I have Anasui, and I feel like I always butcher her name. And this is in the shade 300. Am I in focus? I feel like I'm not in focus. It's pinky purple. And then this one is one more. I think I'm gonna put one of these in. Seems to be the trend, and hey, I have it. So let's pull this one in. What else do we want to pull in? I feel like I need to get my money's worth. I'm gonna do Givenchy. This is Prism Libre. Don't be mad at me. This is the original, the shade 3. And how about for finishing powder? I think I want to go back to my Laura Mercier Candle Glow. It would be a really great finally finish this thing. Finally hit pan, but it's not gone yet. So it's time. It's time for me to try and finish this one this year. Did I finish the Hourglass last year? Yeah, I did. So it's time to finish this one. I'm gonna pull it in. I think I'd like one more powder. Um, yeah, one more powder. Let's do a pressed powder. I think I don't typically reach for pressed powders. And I want to play with Glowish by Huda. I feel like this is too thick, like almost a foundation. It has a lot of coverage to it. It's not invisible. Kosas. I could do Kosas. All right, let's do Kosas. And this is in the shade Feathery. Alrighty, that's it for powders. Let's get a setting spray, and then we'll move on to eyes and complexion stuff like bronzers and whatnot. Alrighty, for setting sprays, I'm gonna start with a primer mist first. I think I'm gonna do the NYX Bear With Me for primer mist. It's older. That could be something I decide to work on this year. Now for a setting spray, like an actual setting spray, after I finished my MAC one, which is the one I had last month, I started using this ELF one, which actually surprised me. The spritzer is a little bit finicky. I feel like sometimes I really have to clean it, but it surprised me. I felt like it actually glued my makeup on in a way. Do I want to play with this one or the Milani Fruit Fetish? Let's do the Milani because I recently played with this. Let's do Milani Fruit Fetish, make it last. Yeah, this is my last Milani Make It Last product, and this is older. Okay, that's it for setting sprays. Now let's move on to the fun stuff. Older eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so we're starting with one of the drawers. I've been trying to leave the palettes that I use separately. I did replay, like put some back in here, for example, Pat McGrath. I didn't put it in a separate drawer, and then this one I didn't. And then we have the drawer on top, which we'll look at in a minute. Let's start with this one. What do I want to get from here? I'd like to play with one of my Natasha Denona palettes. How about we do the face one, Glam Face palette. I saw she released a mini 5 pan. Looks boring as heck, but it looks like my kind of boring. Like I really wanted that one. We'll pull this one in. It has a blush and a highlight as well, but I like the eyeshadow. Do that one. I tried to reserve these for little ones for traveling, but not. And am enjoying having little palettes in my drawer. Going back here, yeah. Cool. Another one of these. One of them. Flip a coin. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. 52. This is the cooler tone. Okay, but it's actually cool tones that I actually enjoy. The only one I probably will not use much would be this one here. And so I'm gonna do another mothership. Which one though? I don't know. I'm closing my eyes and I'm gonna stick my finger somewhere, and whichever one we put our fingers on, that's the one we're gonna use. I'm hoping that it will be one of the freaky ones. Do this one. This is the Divine Rose 2, the Mothership 8. Is this pink one? Did I just get lucky? They're all pink. What are we talking about? Oh, yay. Look at that. Yeah, let's pull her in. We'll play with this one this time. And now let's move on to the next drawer up. Alrighty, from here, I've been reaching for these quite a bit, especially this one. This one. So pretty. So boring, but so pretty. Move them out of the way. And we have this guy in here. Alright, what should we play with? This drawer. Have in the back. That I want to use this. Ooh. I have been really reaching for big palettes and I really don't one, but I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do the Naughty by Huda Beauty. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. How many palettes do I have? 1, 2, 3. I have a quad and a trio, and I think I want one more. I have been wearing makeup, so I can make the, I can get more. I haven't played with Wayne Goss Essential Eye Palette in a while. Sorry, the Luxury Eye Palette. This is an Imperial Topaz. There's one shade in here that's stunning as a highlight, as well as shimmer on the lid. This one. Oh, this is so pretty. I'm gonna pull it in. Again, looks kind of boring, but my kind of boring. That's plenty of eyeshadows. What's next? Oh yeah, next would be bronzers. Alrighty, for bronzers, I have that bronzer from Victoria Beckham pulled in. I'm pretty sure there's a bronzer in Hourglass. So we really don't have much. I can play creams and everything. So we can have fun, guys. We'll start with creams. Oh many, which not complaining. I think since I'm on nude sticks kick, I'm gonna pull in one of the nude sticks. I'm really pale, so I think I'm gonna go with Bondi Bay. Yep, I'm gonna do Bondi Bay. This guy too, by Mario. Well, I don't know. Let's see, what other bronzers could I play with? How about we do so hard? I think I'm gonna do House Labs in the shade 4, my lighter shade. This is light level 4. I love this one. Do this one. Let's go ahead and also pull in Dior came out with new bronzers. A little deep for me right now, so I'm gonna Let's do Becca. This is in Capri Coast. I feel like I just had it in there. I pull something else. I really feel like I just have this guy. But we do Nabla. Do this Nabla one, the shade Dune, and one more, I guess. Or you know what? Hourglass. Let's do Hourglass. This is Luminous Bronze Light. It's a little bit more. Yeah, Hourglass. I haven't used that in a while, so I feel okay doing it. All right, let's do blushes. For blushes, I have the one from Chanel and I have a Victoria Beckham one. Again, I'm pretty sure there's some in the Hourglass palette, but we're just gonna pick out a couple more blushes. I think we want to pull in Crystal Slipper from RMS. When I get stuck on something, I just get stuck on something. I feel like I also just played with this one. How about Warm Soul from MAC? Because I think I reached for it one day and I put it back in. And the Warm Soul from MAC. I'll go on to RMS. You know, I haven't used this one in ages. Let's do it. Frat Boy from the Balm. Like a long time ago. I wonder if it's even good. Backstage in Coral. Yeah, see this one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull in Persona. This is the Super Blush in the shade Georgia. I haven't used this one in a long time either. And how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like one more. Oh. Like I can still pull this one off. And that will be it for blushes. I may pull in one cream at some point, but I feel like I'm good. I got enough. Let's do highlighters. Okay, for highlighters. I'm gonna look at what's way back here first. I really want to play with this guy. No, this did not have the best reviews, but I like it. And this is in the sheer light medium champagne. This is bulky, but I would like to play with it. This is M Cosmetics. This is the Sunscape highlighter in the shade Clarity. I haven't played with this one enough times. Quartz. Maybe. What's over here? Now, Stargazer. Okay, let's do Melt Stargazer. Go ahead and skip House Labs. do one more. Do one more highlighter. Off the package. Okay. This one too, which I just stinking love. I'm gonna do this guy. Graph Labs, and this is the Skin Finish Sublime Skin Highlighter in the shade Luna Nude. And I think that will be it for highlighters. That's a lot. This drawer desperately needs attention. The only thing remaining is lippies. So, and I would like to put everything back in my drawer and then we'll shop for lippies. All right, well, I lied. I didn't put anything back in my drawer. I'm just gonna knock it out and get some lippies. I feel like with lippies, I like the ability to come back in here and get what I want. But it sure does help having a couple in the door and be like, okay, I really want to use these. So keeping that in mind. No, I don't think I've tried this guy yet. So I'm gonna pull it in. This is by Pat McGrath and this is in the shade Vitalica. I'm gonna pull that one in as one of the bullet lipsticks. What is this? Matte Revolution from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is in the shade. Sorry, I can't see. I moved it, but little baby. Oh, Pillow Talk. Wow. So, all right, we'll pull it in. I don't think I ever had Pillow Talk lipstick. I have the lip liner, which I finished. I'm gonna do this little tiny mini because it's so cute. And about, let's get something from here. I think I want this guy. This is from Muji, and this is in the shade Rose. Got SPF in it, so let's play with it. Okay. From here. Let's go to lip glosses and balms and okay, from here for lip glosses and lip balms and all the above, let's go in. I'm gonna pull this one in. This is from In Beauty. In Beauty. This is the Glaze lip oil, and the shade is Vanilla Mint. Let's try it. I don't think I've used it yet. For lip glosses, we need some. I think we'll pull in Bobbi Brown. This is in the shade Love Letter. This is the crushed lip oil, crushed oil infused gloss. I'm gonna do this one. Okay, what else do I want? No, I really like this Barbie one. I think I'm gonna pull it in. Pure collab with Barbie. I'm gonna pull this one in. And then what else do I have? Okay, let's do it. Patrick Ta. This is the Major Volume Plumping Gloss and the shade is Need Her. Okay, I think I pulled in enough lippies, pulled in enough everything. Let's go ahead and put everything back in the drawer, and then we'll do swatches. You know, I thought I should just do the unboxing of all of these Victoria Beckham products with you, so let's do it. I'm going to start with the eyeliners. I have two over here, one in the shade Cocoa and one in the shade Cinnamon. Cocoa. Olive brown color. And then we have the shade Cinnamon. Cinnamon should be brown with shimmer. Oh, like now I need a different spot for all these fancy eyeliners. Look at that. I have $100 in my hands. Okay, let's do, this is heavy. The Matte Bronzing Brick. This is in the shade 2, Soleil Honey. This is heavy, like heavy. Okay, looks like it might be a little bit light, but we'll see how it looks on the skin. And she sells, I don't know why I wanted to do that, but she sells refills. This is heavy, you guys, like heavy. Okay. Next, oh, the Smoky Eye Brick. And the shade is Signature. Again, really heavy feeling. Ooh, that's a beautiful everyday eyeshadow quad. All right. Ooh, I like the little touches. It's got the VB on her paper, plastic thingy. Okay, that one. Let's go ahead and open up Victoria Beckham Crystal Infused Eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Heroes. I have one of these, and I just love it. Ooh. Got two more products. We have the Victoria Beckham highlighter stick, and this is in the shade Pearl. There's so many good things about these. And then the last product from Victoria Beckham is the Cheeky Posh Cream Blush Stick, and this is in the shade Playground. Oh, this feels heavy. Oh, really nice neutral blush. All right, now that's everything in here. This is nuts, you guys. I admit it. This is nuts. This is a lot of products, but it makes me so excited, and I hope that I enjoy what I have this year. Again, I'm trying to be on a low buy. You know, it just sounds crazy considering I have so much stuff and I continue buying stuff, but I'm trying not to buy as much as I used to, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The only thing that's not in here, and it's just gonna stay on my vanity, are the setting sprays. The Bear With Me as a primer mist, and the Milani Fruit Fetish Make It Last as an actual setting spray. This is the mango coconut scent. I've never tried it, so I hope it smells nice. I like mango. I like coconut. You know, I like it. All right, now let's talk about the other 900 products in here. Um, where do I want to begin? I guess we'll, like always, primers. I pulled in two, the Dr. Brand little sample, and I pulled in the Smashbox Mindful 5. I love this stuff. So that's for primers. For foundations, I pulled in three foundations. Technically, this is barely a foundation, but I pulled in the Chanel Le Beige. I love it. It's in the shade medium light. I pulled in Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream, and this is in the shade N23 and 023. And I have the Clinique Even Better. We'll see how this guy is. And this is in the shade CN28. I'm just going to put them out of my way for now. We'll put them back in. For powders, so much things, so many things. For powders, I have four. I pulled in Laura Mercier Candle Glow in the shade 2 as my finishing powder. I pulled in Kosas. This is in the shade Feathery. This is probably my touch-up powder. And I pulled in a purplish powder. This is by Can Make. This is the Silky Loose Moist powder, and this is in the shade 02. It's definitely on the purple side. Yeah, so we'll see how that is. I feel like it's been the trend, these colored powders, and I'm glad to have them. And finally, I have the Givenchy Prism Libre in the shade 3 Voile Rosé. This is the original. Okay, let's move on to, should I do cream products or should I do the face palette first? Let's do cream products. For cream products, I have a lot. Okay. Well, I guess not as much as I thought I did. Here. Is there anything else that's cream? No. Oh, concealers. We didn't talk about concealers. I have two. I have the Say, I am blind. This is the Slip Tint Concealer in the shade 6. And I pulled in the Touche Eclat Radiant Touch from YSL, and this is in the shade 2.5. Okay, now let's talk about bronzers and highlighter creams. For bronzers, I pulled in Bondi Bay from Nude Sticks. Well loved, you can tell. I finished an entire one of these previously. So for me to buy it again, it's a very well loved product. I love it. I feel like it just looks so good on my skin tone, and I'm really light now, so this is perfect. Okay, for the moments of truth, Victoria Beckham. This is the Cheeky Posh blush in the shade Playground. Heavy. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful everyday neutral blush. Look at that. Pretty. And then for her highlighter, this is in the shade Pearl. I almost don't want to like use them and get rid of her VB on them. That's really pretty. That is a really pretty glow. I feel like this would look perfect. Like the day that I use Chanel Le Beige, I could use this blush and this highlight. Ooh, pretty. Then I don't need anything else. And then the other highlighter is the Kosas Glow Ivy Vitamin Infused Skin Enhancer in the shade Sheer Light Medium Champagne. It's a big name. I personally was one of the people who really liked this product. I like it under foundation. It smells good. Very different than typical Kosas products. They usually smell a little off. All right, there's the cream products. Look at all the eye products. These are all eyes. Well, with the exception of this here. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to powder bronzers. Alrighty, for powder bronzers, we've got a couple, you guys. We have the Duo from Victoria Beckham. This is in the shade 02. I feel like this, well, might be okay. The shade 03 looked too dark. Like I would not be able to use that. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, this is so heavy. Beautiful. We pulled in Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light, which swatches like crap, if I'm being 100% honest with you. Hey, actually swatched. House Labs bronzer in the shade Light Level 4. This is absolutely a favorite bronzer of mine. I just love the formula and the shade and everything about it. Okay, and then we have Nabla Skin Bronzing in the shade Dune. I feel like I have exciting bronzers this time around. I'm looking forward to playing with them all. Okay, Victoria Beckham, get back in there, baby. Get in there. Get tucked in there. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to blushes. Oh, duh. I had one more cream product and it was the Chanel blush. It's all right. Let's start with, we've got Persona Super Blush in the shade is Georgia. I remember really liking this, like when I first picked it up. So I'm excited to play with it again. Okay, we've got Warm Soul from MAC. I felt a little crazy for a couple days. I'm like, I want to finish that blush this year. Warm Soul. Yeah, I don't know about that. I always have really good ambitions at the beginning of the year and then trails off into nothingness. We've got Dior. This is the Backstage Rosy Glow in the shade is Coral. So pretty. And then we have House Labs in the shade French Rosette. Really like the formula of these. We've got Frat Boy from the Balm. I haven't used it in forever. I hope it didn't go bad. Okay, it doesn't smell off or anything. So many men, so little time. Isn't that true? Don't let my husband hear me. Ooh, that is pretty. That's really pretty. And then the last blush we have is the Chanel Cream to Powder blush in the shade is Rose Ardent. Totally forgot that this was a cream product. I'm sure my hands are. Okay. Oh, that feels nice. Wow, that feels so creamy. Whoa. Wow. Okay. I definitely will need another shade. That is beautiful. The formula. Super interesting, super creamy, but not goopy creamy. Wow. Okay. See, I'm so excited. I'm excited for all of these. And then we have highlighters. All right. And for highlighters, powder highlighters, we have Pat McGrath. This is Lunar Nude. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this product. Look at that embossment. Again, concentrating your brush in one spot. So it's an issue, guys. It's a problem that I have, but ooh, so pretty. We have Melt Cosmetics. This is in the shade Stargaze. Have I even used this one? I have not. Okay, that's pretty. I remember when that shade was so popular. We've got M Cosmetics Sunscape Highlighter in the shade Clarity. I do not like the packaging of these. I find them so bulky. This is very bold. I don't know about this guy. And then we have Gucci Glow Highlighter in Opal Pink 04. And we'll go ahead and do a swatch. See, it's like intense, but not blinding. I don't know how to describe it. The formula feels really nice too. Pretty. Very similar to the one by Charlotte Tilbury, just different formula. Like I can see the difference. All right, here we go. That's it for highlighters, I believe. Yep, that's it. Now we can swatch the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette in the Dragon. To be honest, I didn't open it, and that's why I assumed the evil eye was the light. I don't know what I was thinking. So I haven't opened this guy. I've seen videos and people playing with it and all of that, but me personally, I haven't seen it in real life yet. Let's do that. Oh, that is pretty. So we've got one bronzer, two blushes, two finishing powders, and a highlight. Let's do bronzer first. Ooh, it's a little bit on the cooler, neutral, cool tone. I like that. Okay. Blush one and blush two. Oh, is this gonna show up on me? One, two. Oh yeah. One and two. Well, this one doesn't want to show up on my hand for some reason. All right, can't judge it by the swatches. Let's do the highlighter. Highlight is intense. And then for finishing powders, there's two in here. Oh, I totally forgot to wipe that off. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's too light. I know with Hourglass, sometimes I know the swatches don't necessarily mean that the shade is not going to show up or anything like that. So I'm keeping that in mind. The finishing powders are Dream Light and Divine Light. So Dream Light, Divine Light. I don't know what the blush is. The blush is Peach Fusion. And then on the bottom row, we've got Mauve Haze, Soft Bronze, and Sunlit Strobe. Mauve, bronze, and highlighter. Okay, that is pretty exciting. I cannot believe I did that mistake thinking that this was deeper than the Evil Eye, but I did. Alrighty, let's move on to eyeshadow palettes. We'll start with the little ones. I have quite a few of them. I have a lot. I have a lot of little eyeshadow palettes. Like, yeah, look at that. The single shadow first. We've got the Chantecaille. This is the Mustang single shadow. Okay. Ooh, I can see why that was in the Eye Essential kit. That is gorgeous. Let's do the duo from Chantecaille. Look at that. We've got a single, a duo, and a trio. This is in the shade Cassis. That shade. Berry. And the shimmer shade, which is super creamy. Oh, wow. Okay, and then we've got the trio from Chantecaille. This is the Cheetah Eye Trio. Go. In my fingers. I'm gonna start with the lightest one. This is the everyday palette to rule all everyday palettes. Oh my lord! Wow, their mattes are so creamy. I don't know why I haven't tried their mattes before. I wanted this trio so badly. I held off for a long time. Got it on sale actually by holding off for so long. I'm happy. I'm super happy, super excited. All right. We have Victoria Beckham, but again, clean my hands before we get into it. Okay, Victoria Beckham, and this is the signature brick. So heavy. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whoa, I did not expect that to translate into that on my hand, on my fingertips. I thought it was going to be extremely subtle, barely show up. Wow, that's pretty. I gotta dip into that third shade a little bit more. You're gonna have to get out for a second. Third shade. That is so creamy. That's a sophisticated eye look. And then I can top it off with this one, which I totally forgot about if I wanted some shimmer. This is in the shade Tea Rose. And before I drop something on the ground, let me do this. Typically, there's enough product here. Typically. Oh, we're gonna dip in for some more. I can see why this is one of their best-selling shades. Oh my goodness. Wow. Joy in makeup, for sure. Okay, and then the last like mini palette is the Quad from Rowan. Let's do that next. And this is in the shade 52 degrees. These, I always find them, like when I first dip into them, it's kind of like, come on, warm up, you know, kind of thing. So bear with me. Okay. And 4. See, this is the shade that I don't think I'll use, but man, these are gorgeous. 1, 2, 3. So pretty. Again, I just dipped my hands into them. If I were to use them on my eyes, warm them up with my finger first, and then I'll go into my eyes. But yeah, so pretty. And they last on the eyes a long time. Like they're no creasing, none of that. Like even as a single shadow look, put it on and blend the edges out. I haven't seen any creasing. I don't have like very oily eyelids, and I usually use an eyeshadow primer. So they don't crease on me. I don't know what other people's experiences with them is like. And now let's do the bigger palette. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership 8 Divine Rose 2. No, I'm a little bit early for Valentine's Day, but you know, it's, with makeup, it's never too early. A couple swatches of this baby. I know this is super reflective, so I'm gonna move it out of my way. I guess we'll swatch it all because, well, why not? It's been a while since I played with it. 4. And the Intense Gold 5. That would be a pretty eyeliner. And then here we go. 1, 2, 4. My favorite shade is this one. 2, 3. This is it. Whoa! It's like heaven opened up, and like multi-chromes are just like, here we go, Ronia. It's for you. And then one more shade, which is the topper shade. Ooh, that's gonna be so pretty. The exception of this super goldy, yeah, yellow gold. I can make it work. I can definitely put it in the center and then blend the edges with a different shade. That would be pretty. Okay, here's that one. Let's go ahead and talk about the Natasha Denona Glam Faced palette, and this is the light one, I believe. Yeah, it's the light. There's a blush and a highlighter in here. The blush pisses me off. It's so hard to pick up with a brush or even my fingers or anything. It's a really pretty shade, but man, she's a pain to use. But the eyeshadows are so pretty. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the smoke shade. Yeah, I'm basic. I am basic. So, and you know what? It's all right. While we're at it, let's swatch. Yeah, see this blush, man. Hate when my products get all icky, but see, look at that shade. It's beautiful. I just don't get why it's a pain in my rear. Like, why is it a pain to use? Let's So pretty. I'm gonna have to deal with it and just use it. Alrighty, next up for eyeshadow palettes, we have the Naughty Nude. Or is it just not? Yeah, Naughty Nude by Huda Beauty. I haven't used this one in so long, like incredibly long time. I saw a couple swatches from here. Did you guys pick up her latest palette? Last big palette. I'm glad that she's switching gears to smaller palettes. I feel like I hardly ever want to reach for bigger palettes anymore. Occasionally I'm like, yeah, gonna want to play with them again, but a couple swatches. Let's do some mattes. One, guy. I love this one. This looks really pretty. She's got a nice formula. I'll give her that. Stain my fingers somehow. I kind of want to touch that shade over here. And we're totally going to skip the Petri dish because I still don't understand that Petri dish shade. Ooh, that's pretty. Ah, oh, it's so dried up. Oh my. Oh, no, nothing. Come on, burst of color. Aren't these supposed to be like little balls of color? Balls of color. I know, I get nothing. Whatever. I'm really excited to play with it. I haven't reached for it in a very long time. I want to say maybe my son and my husband got me this for Valentine's Day a few years ago. I think, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be totally wrong, making it up. I know I got it as a gift from my son and my husband. My son saw it with me in store when he was little and would stay in Sephora with me, and he said I needed that. Like, yeah, tell daddy. So that's Huda, and now we have Wayne Goss. And then let's swatch those eyeliners, guys. I'm looking forward to it. Wayne Goss. Haven't used this one in a long time either. Well, I have not been buying eyeshadow palettes. I've been buying singles a lot more. I feel like that's just suiting my current mood a little bit better. That's a black. I do like a black in a palette. And deepen up whatever I want to deepen up. And then we've got 1, 2, and 3. And then 3. I love this shade. This shade as a highlighter is, oh, come on, Wayne. Put it out as a highlighter. I love this palette. It's just so simple. Yeah, perfect. Alrighty. That is it for eyeshadows. I'm gonna clean whatever is on my hand, and then let's swatch those eyeliners, you guys. Alrighty, we'll swatch the eyeliners and then let's do the lippies. 3 eyeliners. Chantecaille, what's this one called? This is the Luster Glide eyeliner, and this is in the shade Earth. Looks like a nice neutral brown. Okay, creamy, very creamy. Okay, now let's do Victoria Beckham. Let's do the shade Cocoa. I want to see how do they smudge easily? That's creamy. Very creamy. And I just feel like that smudger kind of ate away at the color a little. Does one smudge easily? I think it already. Use my fingers. Okay, the Victoria Beckham definitely smudges easier. Maybe the Chantecaille was already set, but in reality, I apply one eye at a time and then I smudge it. Well, okay, now I ruined the swatches. I gotta do it again. Look at that. That's so creamy. Wow, okay. And then the shade Cinnamon. The the closer, the lid is really tight on these, which is a good thing. Oh yeah, they're all super creamy. 3 different levels of browns. Yeah, I like brown on my in my waterlines. The 3 eyeliners that were in there, I'm gonna pull them out because I know I'm not gonna use them. I want to use them yourself. So I'm gonna pull those out. Now the only thing remaining is the lippies. Okay, with lippies, let's start with, do I have bullets? Kind of. 1, 2, 3. Yes, kind of bullet. Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury, little tiny mini. I don't even remember how I got this. Like I'm gonna break it if I push. I have not used Pillow Talk lipstick. I've only used Pillow Talk lip liner. Looks pretty. I mean, Pillow Talk, you know. Let's do the UV lip color in the shade Rose. This is from Muji. I like these quite a bit. And they're so sleek. They can easily live in my purse, you know? And then we have Metallica from Pat McGrath Bridgerton collab. I have not tried this color yet. Wow, okay. This is like, hey, I'm ready for spring. Bring it on. I know I'm already talking about spring and we're halfway in winter. Let's do lip glosses next. We've got Bobbi Brown. The crushed lip oil in the shade is a Love Letter. I feel like I'm ready for these colors. Good thing I pulled in a lot of neutral palettes. Rare Beauty tinted lip oil. What is this one called? Yeah, tinted lip oil, and this is in the shade Hope. Actually, this is not what I've used before. I've used her lip glosses before. Like it had a different. It wasn't a doe foot applicator. This is pretty though. This is Pure Barbie, and this is in the shade Boss Gloss. I really like this one. Oh, I might consider finishing it this year before it goes bad. It smells so yummy. Okay, more lip glosses. I guess a tinted lip oil. This is the Kulfi. Shake it because this is the Lassie Lips Staining Lip Oil, and this is in the shade Caramel. I know with the one that I have, the shade Rose, once I shake it, I feel like I get a little bit more color. That's a very pretty color. Very pretty neutral. We have NYX lip oil, the lip drip fat oil, and this is in the shade Newsfeed. Okay, that's deep, like a deep color, deeper than I thought. I hope I like it on my lips. We have the Glaze lip oil in vanilla mint from In Beauty. It does not smell very minty. I like these. Like I like the formula of the In Beauty lip oils. I finished an entire one last year. And then we have a little bit more actual color lip glosses. This is the Major Volume Plumping Gloss in the shade Need Her from Patrick Ta. This is plumping, like it has a little bit of tingliness. And I got this in like a favorite set. This is the plumping gloss, also by Patrick Ta, and this is in the shade 2CCs. Kind of like milky pink. And then for a matte lipstick, this is the Rosy Mauve Lip Velvet from ABH. I heard so much about these. You know, look at me. Look at mauve colors and matte. Who am I? Ooh, that's too mauve. I don't know what I was thinking. Ooh, can I even wear that color? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. And then a lip liner by Wayne Goss, and this is in the shade Mauve. I really want to finish this year. It's so pretty on the lips. So pretty, and it stays on forever. I think this is it. Yep, this is it. Let me put all of these lippies back in here. My dog is freaking out. She wants to get into my room. So I better let her in before she gets angry. Alrighty, you guys, this is it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this Shop My Stash video. I know it's a long one. If you've made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for sticking with me and, you know, watching my videos. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.